Welcome to Component Composition. After watching this video, you will be able to describe the purpose of component composition, explain principles of function component composition, provide an example of component composition. You can combine multiple components using composition. With function components, you combine multiple smaller components to create complex functionality. You can build a larger UI structure using small building blocks. Let's discuss a few principles of function component composition, including abstraction, reusability, hierarchy, props and children, and higher order components, also called HOCs. Let's discuss these aspects, starting with abstraction. The abstraction principle means you can make reusable components that encapsulate UI features. It provides a way to break down a large abstract UI into smaller chunks of code. Component composition allows you to reuse these chunks of code, making it easier to organize and maintain. You avoid duplicating the same code. The hierarchy principle allows you to arrange components in a hierarchy with parent and child components. This hierarchical structure also assists with organization and modular design. Component composition allows you to pass data from one component to another easily. Props allow you to pass data from a parent component to its child. Components allow you to pass the entire component into other components. You can write functions, called higher order components, that accept components as input or return a component with enhanced functionality. Higher order components allow you to add components features such as state management or logic without modifying its implementation. Let's walk through an example demonstrating the use case of these composition principles. Consider a blog for writing about novels. The following code examples encapsulate specific features to create a generic blog post for novels, such as title, author, type, and description. In a real application, you would organize these components into separate files for better code organization and maintainability. In this example, each component implements one feature. Each primary feature has a similar structure. Let's take a look. Here, you see the title component. Notice the structure. Import the React library. Define the function with its name and its parameter. Return the formatted content. Export the component. Recall we need additional components for author, type, and description. Let's look at these in comparison to the title component. Here's the author component. Note the similarity in their structures. You simply replace the function name and its parameter. Then you format the content with appropriate HTML tags. Last, you change the name of the exported component. Similarly, you make the same replacements with the description component. Change the name of the function, change the HTML, and change the export statement. And same for the type component. Change the function name, the HTML, and the name of the exported component. Now let's look at the code for a higher order component. This component pulls in the other components to create a page containing all of the data and formatting. Note that each component we discussed gets imported: title, author, type, and description. You name the function novel blog, then take each imported component as the function's parameters. You return the component styled with appropriate HTML tags. This component is a function that takes components as its parameters and then returns a more complex component. Then finally, you will see the main application component code here. Let's walk through it. You import the components into the main app component, where you define the app function and compose them to create the front end. You create an instantiation of the novel component with appropriate data for the title, author, description, and type components. In this lesson, you learn that you use component composition to combine smaller components to create a complex UI. Principles of component composition include abstraction, reusability, hierarchy, props and children, and higher order components.